ideally, how would you like it to unfold for this season and beyond?
I hope Eli has a great year and Daniel never sees the field. I mean, that would be in an ideal world that you'd like to see that. So, but again, it's at the end of the day, it's going to be a decision by the head coach as to when, or if Daniel ends up playing this year.
Is that's really, I mean, obviously you want the team to win a lot of games in the playoffs, but if Daniel doesn't play one snap as a rookie, you'd be okay with that?
I'd be very happy about that because it means that we're having a great year and Eli's having a great year.
John Mara, Giants corner from last week, openly rooting for Eli Manning to be the wire-to-wire quarterback because that will mean the team is good and they can save Daniel Jones for another year. But Daniel Jones continues to prepare to play Chris Sims after going 5 for 5 with 67 yards and a touchdown in his preseason debut. Jones was 11 for 14, 161 yards and a touchdown, a throw to T.J. Jones, 15-yarder late in the half. Also had 2 lost fumbles. One was on a bad snap. One was when he got sacked. But, the bottom line is, he continues to check the boxes, right? He continues to look the part. And there's going to continue to be this sense, and if this is the Giants' plan, it's brilliant, that the fans are going to be the ones who dictate when the change happens because they're going to be clamoring for Daniel Jones. And then when they get Daniel Jones, and if he's just kind of okay, they're going to be less likely to be upset because this is what they wanted. They're going to find reasons to say it's good. Glass half full, not half empty, because we want Jones. We want Jones. And I think we're getting closer and closer to we want Jones.
Well, yes. Let's say this, though. Eli Manning looked good the other night. I mean, he really did. I can tell he's had some work done as far as mechanics throwing the football. It looks like Eli Manning's actually lifted weights in the offseason for the first time in a while. His body looks different in the uniform. So the drafting of Daniel Jones, I think, put a poker on Eli Manning's butt a little bit too. He's going to try to fight this off. But to your point, Daniel Jones certainly does look the part. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and go, oh my gosh, this is a superstar. This is unbelievable stuff. No, it's the preseason. The Bears were playing second and third stringers. But either way, I think you and I can both look at it and go, ooh, there's been a lot of positives, and this kid has a chance to maybe be something if it continues to go in the right direction. Certainly a great start to this point.
They claim that Coach Pat Shurmur ultimately will decide when to make the switch from Eli Manning to Daniel Jones. Here's what Shurmur had to say about the starting quarterback situation after the second preseason game.
John owns the team, right? And we're on the same page. There's really not much more to say. And I think I've been saying that all along. I just get a sense once in a while that when I answer those questions, nobody believes me. Well, you heard it from the owner.
Yeah, look, I mean, the bottom line is Pat Shurmur's not going to do anything without making sure that John Mara is okay with it. Yeah, Steve Tisch, the other owner, he's not involved. John Mara is, to the point where I think that a lot of the decisions that Dave Gettleman makes are decisions that he was told to make by John Mara. And look, Mara wants to see Eli play well, and so a week 1 Daniel Jones starting assignment is highly unlikely. They're going to ride with Eli until they feel like they have to make the switch. And you know what, Chris? The good news, bad news is if it works and they make it to the playoffs, then what do they do with Eli Manning next year?
Yeah.
That at some point, you've got to rip the Band-Aid off. At some point, you got to go forward with the young guy. You made him the 6th overall pick, and you got to believe in him because you already do, or you wouldn't have drafted him where you did. All right, Jarrett Stidham, 193 passing yards for the Patriots, 14 for 19. He continues to excite in a more muted way because nobody expects him to play this year, barring an injury to Tom Brady. But they think maybe this guy could be the future beyond Tom Brady's career if and when it ever ends.
Say the same thing with Daniel Jones. He's got a chance. We've seen enough in 2 preseason games to go, wow, there's something to this kid. He's got talent. He certainly seems to have the right frame of mind and moxie about him as far as calmness, poise in the pocket, all those things you want to see from a franchise quarterback. Yes, again, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon yet. Because he is playing against a bunch of second and third stringers and things like that. But certainly looks like he belongs. And we've seen enough from his arm to go, the guy can make some special throws every now and then, just like we saw from Daniel Jones. So Pats fans, Giant fans should all feel good about what they got going on with these young quarterbacks.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.